We're doing the Corvette on their key. So, Kyler Murray, Sam Bradford, Carson Palmer, Kevin Kolb, and Matt Liner for the Cardinals. You might see more than one Corvette on different teams, and what that is. The B's I did in 2020, so 2022, so there was find that video on my channel. You have to start with Justin Herbert, Philip Rivers, Drew Brees, Doug Flutie, Jim Harbaugh. Yes, the coach of the Chargers now. It used to be a quarterback of the Chargers. Todd Taylor, Patrick Mahomes, Alex Smith, Matt Castle, Blaine Corral, Trent Green, Elvis Scarbat for the Chief. Colts, we have Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz, Philip Rivers. You already have two right there, Philip Rivers, Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning, and Jacoby Brissett. Commander, Carson Wentz, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Joel Nassau Jr., R.I.P. Alex Smith, Kirk Cousins, Robert Griffin III. Calvin, we have Dak Prescott, Tony Romo, Drew Bledsoe, Quincy Carter, and Chad Hudson, and Tony Bain. Are you sure you stand? Ryan Fitzpatrick runs away. Carson Wentz, grab baby Tony Taylor, Tony Tintor. Tyler Taylor, Herbert, Justin Herbert, 15 in the fifth fight. Carson Palmer runs away. Vince Carter runs away. Kirk Cousins runs away. Peyton Manning such a bowler hole run. Matt Liner runs away. Pulling Crow, grab a backpack, not running. Anthony Jim Harbaugh runs away. Andrew Luck runs away. Calvin Cobb, Jordan. Jackson toss the ball rain. Tony Romo grab baby stuff out. Sam Bradford grab gross stuff. Matt runs away. Patrick Mahomes from Mesa and Philip Rivers' hand. Jacoby Brissett skeletons Philip Rivers away from the cornucopia. Elliott, grab a diaper bag of his garbage, grab a bag from Tony Bank, grab baby eye chair, baby plate and bow. Smith, grab baby clothes. Dunfley, grab kid clothes, baby crib, baby blanket, and a pacifier. Matt Ryan, seriously injured Chad Hudson, put him on misery. Robert Griffin III, snatched a pair of slice. Matt Castle runs away. Kyle Murray runs away. Drew Brees runs away. Dak Prescott runs away. Drew Bledsoe and Carson Wentz fight for a bag. Drew Bledsoe gives up and retreat. Trent Green runs away, and Derek Anderson runs away. Day 1, Drew Brees travels higher ground. Jim Harbaugh, Todd Taylor, Sam Bradford, Alex Smith, and Derek Anderson undershoot. Matt Liner over here, and Tony Banks, and Kirk Cousins and Dawkins. Philip Rivers tries to see me the entire day. Doug Flutie receiving clean water from no sponsor. Philip Rivers seeing full hardness and say that's just it. Carson Wentz turned Pink Man to a grill. Patrick and Alex Smith undershoot. Andrew Luck, Matt Ryan did in the fight. Rolling, curling, kills them both. Kevin Kolb run away from Quincy Carter. Trent Green grabs third for Virginia. Matt Castle puts Joey Nassau off during the left during the knife fight. Vernon tries to keep the entire day, but Elvis Scarbat and such that. Carson Wentz makes the way disappear. Drew Bledsoe scared Tony Romo off. Ryan Fitzpatrick seeing smoke right, and this is not sustained. That untrue. Carson Palmer run away from Jacoby Brissett and Robert Griffin III route diagram. 6 guys trying to listen. Justin Herbert, Chad Hudson, Andrew Luck, Matt Ryan, Trent Green, and Dwayne Haskins Jr. One Matt Liner said okay for the Abyss of the Night Sky. Ryan and Kyler off Drew to the left. Drew stayed awake all night. Philip strangled Carson. Dak tried to sing himself to sleep. Alex put Alex in diaper. Alex Smith put Alex Smith in diaper. That's hilarious. You have the Chiefs Alex Smith and you have the Commanders Alex Smith. There will be more Alex Smiths. Same with Ryan Fitzpatrick. Doug Flutie and Robert Griffin stabbed Robert Griffin. Drew received justice from Patrick Mahomes received fashion. Jim and Quincy sniffing Jeff Carson led Kirk into the shelter. Derek stabbed Tyrod Taylor in the back with Troyan. Kevin forced Tony to kill Bully or Mac. Either he refused to kill or Kevin kills him instead. Tony tends to Carson wounds. Philip tends to Sam wounds. Jacoby and Pinky on the floor. Day 2, Matt goes hunting. Sam tries the entire day. Tyler receiving flash from a hunter. Carson practices archery. Philip faces Patrick. Tony steals from Derek while she isn't looking. Brian pushes around Elliot in a stroller. Don training his anchor and noise from Drew Brees. Kevin stops feeling yelling at Elvis. Jacoby on the tree. Quincy makes one spear. Broly, Pink, and Drew and Carson on the tree. Alex bringing away from Matt Corral. Greg makes the wing shot Jim and hurt himself and Philip into that wounds. Getting shot, Philip Rivers got shot. Sam didn't. Tony didn't. Kirk didn't. Dak got shot. Alex got shot. Matt didn't. Quincy got shot. Kevin didn't. Drew didn't. Pinkin did. Tyler didn't. Drew Brees did. Carson didn't. Jim did. Philip didn't. Matt got shot. Didn't. Brody didn't. Doug didn't. Matt got shot. Carson Wentz got shot. Derek got shot. Alex Smith got shot. Peyton didn't. Ryan Pacheco got shot. And Jacoby didn't. 17 chance on the nursing. Carson Wentz, Robert Griffin, Tyler Taylor, Tony Banks, Otis Garbett, Philip Rivers, Dak Prescott, Alex Smith, Quentin Carter, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Jim Harbaugh, Matt Castle, Carson Wentz, Anderson, Alex Smith, and Ryan Fitzpatrick. The Commanders only have one left with Kirk Cousins. That's crazy. Chargers also have one with Joe Fleury. Carter had all 5 left. Chiefs had Tesher and Brody, now 2. Colts also have 2 with Philip and Jacoby. Cowboys also have 2 with Tony and Drew. 9. Patrick is Roseman 9 for Jacoby Saints Fire, but St. Helen. Kyler died from thirst. Bowling, Twinson, Matt, Snow, and Sam put Philip in diapers. Tony received match shift from North Hunter. Kurt and Drew sleeping shift. Sammy lives in the she is. Doug and Carson South one. The feast of corner Pacific. Choose a 5 from the member from Chicken Family. Sam, Doug, Kurt, and Kevin decide not to cease. Matt, his staff, and Indians in Copia. Carson and Jehovah get in a fight overwhelming, but Carson gives up and runs away. Tony stabbed Philip with a tree branch. Pressure decide to see. Brody and Drew decided to fight overwhelming, but Drew Brees gave up and retreat. Day 3, Matt searches for a water source. Jacoby thinks about home. Patrick Mahomes runs away from springing, running away from Kevin. Doug fleeing. Doug discovered cave, Kurt picks a flower. Brody receives an order from one soul. Drew traveled out of ground. Carson racing vessels from the concert. Tony and the spam to the resources. Then saw Chalmer and Philip River. Night 3, Patrick Mahomes, Patrick, Drew, and Jacoby sleeping shift. Kevin, Brody, Sam, Kurt, Matt sleeping shift. Carson goes to sleep. Doug stay awake all night. Tony let in the night sky. Night 4, Jacoby receiving master in one concert. Kevin streaks to Drew. Sam and Patrick goes to resources. Kurt spinning running away from Tony. Doug divert Matt attention run away, and Carson brashes Brody head into the maze. Now the Chargers, Chiefs, Colts, Commanders all have 1 left, by the way, now. Night 4, Jacoby receiving fashion from the puncher. Patrick started a fire. Kurt started a fire. Doug put Tony in diapers. Sam, Kevin, Carson, and Drew Chelsea order food. And Max receiving order from the puncher. Day 5. Tony is soldiering and Sam is pricked by thorn premiering. Carson injured himself. Doug died from hypothermia. There goes Chargers. Jacoby put Drew in diapers. Kurt and Patrick worked together for a day. Kevin, Christian, Stanley, and Matt Lyon received messages from the puncher. Doug fully. There go the Chargers. The Chargers are dead now. Night 5. Sam left cap for the night. Matt potentially is in. Patrick Mahomes tries to be interested. Kevin received mail strike from the puncher. Kurt took control before putting on his fire. Carson potentially is zone. Drew turned Jacoby into a baby, and Tony indulged in the nightmare. Day 6. Matt tries to catch Giant. Drew, Carson, and Patrick get into fight. Carson tries to kill them both. Jacoby received mail strike from the puncher. Toby first to kill Kevin or Sam. He decides to kill Cam. Green kind of challenges and Drew Bledsoe, Patrick Mahomes, and Sam Bradford. White McCreen, Kirk Cousins, Kevin Bell, Matt Liner, Carson Palmer, Jacoby Brissett, and Tony Romo. Night 6. Kirk Cousins, Kevin Cobb, and Matt Shift facing Son, Carson, and Jacoby Shift. Is either Jacoby or Kirk, I think, survive. I think they're still in the lead, if I'm correct. I know Kirk Cousins still in the lead. Face off. Yep, he's still in the lead. Yeah, he is, I forgot. Carson and Jacoby sleeping shift, and Tony stream for help. Day 7, Kurt searches for a source. Jacoby scared Matt off. Tony discovered a river. Kevin turned Carson into a girl. No turns on resistant. Day 7, Tony and Jacoby not kill him, only kill him instead. 30 from home. Kevin, Matt, and Carson sleeping shift. Day 8, Tony tries to sing for a try, and Matt Liner divert Kevin's attention and runs away. Carson set off and killing Kurt. Oh, no real current NFL player anymore. And Thomas and Kirk Cousins and Jacoby Brissett. 19, Tony Selleck came from the night. Matt threw the knife into Carson's head, and Kevin Jackson getting an landmine trying to arm it. Between Matt and Tony. Tony Dunn from laughing winner is 3 catches out of innocent. George Palmer, Kevin Cobb, and Tony Romo. Winner is Matt Miner from Cardinals. Carson Palmer had 4 kills, Broly, Kevin, and Tony had 2. Derek, Doug, Kurt, Matt, 3 Matts. Philip and Tyrod all had 1 kill. Matt Castle, Matt Miner, and Matt Ryan. Matt Miner actually won. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Bye! From the Ghost Farm.